Hey guys, it's me, Playmaker again. Back with another episode review. This time, in case you didn't look at the title, I'm assuming down here or wherever it is on YouTube. By the time you guys see this, we're reviewing the third episode of Jujutsu Kaisen. Not level, episode 3. There's a Jujutsu Kaisen is in the game, or at least there isn't a game for it yet. Let's get started. Let's get through some of the main parts. So, we finally get introduced to I won't say final third year, one of the third years, because technically Itadori was the last one, but we now have like the three first years that's known to us. Fushiguro, Itadori, and the new girl, Kugisaki Nobara, or one of those two, depending on how like you want to call them. Kugisaki might be the name going forward, but we'll see. So anyways, onto the actual I went onto the actual story because I assume those three are important. We get a bit more information about the world. Jujutsu Kaisen, or not Jujutsu Kaisen, Jujutsu sorcerers. Oh man, on 100, definitely focused today. So we learned that the Jujutsu sorcerers are a small minority just because there isn't a lot who can deal with curses, let alone actually see them, or the other way around, whichever works better. We learned that each student has, well, a different reason for entering the school, or like how they get into the school is like varies. I feel like I don't know if I would say if it's kind of a common thing, like in person, but that's what we're given. When we see Kugisaki for the first time, we see her mention someone named Sayori and happy about being in Tokyo, which will be relevant later, but that's how we first see her. And then when the Gojo, Itadori, and Fushiguro see her, we get her getting mad at, I think it was some sort of guy looking for models to hire him, like I don't know if I would say harassing, but at least like bothering some girl, and whereas he runs away, and then Kugisaki goes up to the guy asking for a modeling gig, and now he runs away. I'm guessing he was intimidated. Man, I actually laughed quite a bit. That was definitely quite the entrance. But yeah, the guys are just more surprised that this is the third first year, and when we see Nobara talk to the other two, or meet the other two first years, she doesn't exactly get a good first impression from them. With her saying Itadori was the kid who ate his boogers, and Fushiguro being serious and like almighty. I don't know why that part like made me laugh quite a bit. But yeah. Later on we see Gojo wanting to take the three on a trip where everyone except Fushiguro is happy. Then we learn that it's not actually a trip; it's more of a curse hunting mission. 1 second. Oh man. Yeah. So we see them go to an abandoned building near a cemetery, which allows a curse to manifest itself over there, and both Itadori and Kugisaki go there to take out the curse, which is what Gojo tells them to do. Other stuff to mention. So what we learn about is that while he wants to see more about what Itadori can do, he's more testing Kugisaki because There's a certain mental constitution you have to have when being a Jujutsu sorcerer. Jujutsu sorcerer. Yeah, definitely focus today. Yeah, so it's just like just because I mean, as mentioned before, curses come in all forms and sizes and strength and such. So it's like you gotta like be prepared to like be prepared to face all of it mentally. Like the second if Kugisaki is crazy enough to deal with them, and as we see, later on she takes down. I actually am not too sure from like what I've seen. I don't know if it was like there was two curses or like one curse controlling something else. But like, let's see if Kugisaki faces off against a mannequin that's actually alive. She takes it down easily. Which I should mention. Her weapons seem to be a hammer with a package of nails, and one thing I will cover up later. That's gonna be important. Well, I won't say important, but like it does. But there is one more weapon. So we then see a bigger curse with a kid who Kugisaki saw earlier. We don't know how the kid got there. We just know the curse was there taking the kid hostage, where if where she has to decide if she kills or how she tries to figure out how to kill the curse without having the kid die. Actually, I should also mention before that because this it involves Itadori. So uh, before that, however, we see Itadori and Obara or Kugisaki. I'll figure out like what name to stick with her later. I seem to be sticking with last names. So we see the two argue just about things. Just like why did Nobara come to Jujutsu Tech? Yeah. Maybe I'll rest later, but back to the review. We see Nobara Kugisaki. Okay, I'm sorry. Just man. Okay, let's just say Kugisaki for this episode. I'll figure it out later. So Kugisaki gets moody about um various things, why she came, how she feels about Itadori. But then we see the two split off so they can deal with the curse faster, and then we see I don't know if it's his strength or with like what he got from Sukuna, but we see Itadori is like powerful. He takes down a curse with ease along with a curse weapon Gojo gave him earlier because he can't let Sukuna let free because I mean dangerous I guess. But yeah, later on after he deals with the curse we see Itadori like coming through the room where Kugisaki, the hostage, and the curse is. He destroys a wall. Actually, it might be more Sukuna now that I think about it, but I mean, he clearly has like no fear whatsoever, or at least doesn't really like it doesn't like I don't know what the words are. He's like he doesn't really like mind. So anyways, after I would say I don't know if he scared off the curse. We just know the curse escapes, and then we see Kugisaki's final weapon, which is like a straw doll, from what I know, where she then attacks the doll, which has a part of the curse on it. It's a weird power, from what I know. Uh, Sometime I think either after the fight or like just shortly before it ends, we see why Kugisaki wanted to go to Jujutsu Tech. It's because she didn't like the countryside and wanted to move to Tokyo. However, she didn't say she wanted to. Well, we know she didn't tell the others that she wants to go to Tokyo to visit a friend who is the Sayori she mentioned earlier, because she was a country girl, and she wasn't a country girl, city girl. Okay, oh, when I may or may not have a window open, but yeah. Yeah. So there was, I won't say it's 2D, but it's like, yikes. So Sayori is a friend from the city Kugisaki had when she was younger. But however, the countryside didn't like her because city folk. I don't know if that's. I'm hoping that's not an actual thing in real life, but I mean that's just a really dumb reason why to hate someone from the city. Jeez. But yeah. Anyways, she seems to have been scared away, and then Kugisaki wanted to go to Jujutsu Tech in Tokyo, so she can meet up with her again, and she hates the countryside. That's what we learn, and I think what she tells Itadori after the fight. But yeah, fight ends. We then learn that what we then Gojo then decides that both Itadori, who he says that earlier on, while he isn't exactly intelligent, he says when it comes down to it, he will like take down curses to protect others, and that Kugisaki will also do what it takes to get rid of the curses. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Actually, then we get some knowledge about what'll happen in the future. So it's July 2018. There was a juvenile facility. A special grade curse appears. 3 first-year Jujutsu sorcerers go to the place, and I feel like this is one of those, I feel like it shouldn't have been brought up, but we learn one of them dies. So I don't know where we're going with that, but that's what we're given either next episode or later on in the show. And then we get something called the Jujutsu Stroll, which is like, I assume, like a mini skit. This is after like the abandoned building fight where we see the group arguing about where to go for food. Kugisaki wants sushi, but however Itadori wants revolving sushi. Fushiguro just wants to eat food. Uh, in the end, they all decide to go to some place called Splendid Sushi with a bullet train sushi. And we can see Itadori on a taxi taking, I would assume, the group there. That's pretty much how we end the episode. Yeah, not a... I'd like to say sorry if I didn't explain this too well. This just may or may not be different from how I've done the past few, but yeah, that's not a bad episode. I'm enjoying the show so far. I can see why it's been popular. I could though. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I missed, but yeah, I'll probably post it like somewhere else later on. But enjoyed the episode really. It's another good episode. Uh, Anyways, look, that's really all I have to say. Not really much else. I feel like there's something else I'm missing. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys come back to see more, and yeah, just have an amazing day. See ya.